Hi, Richard here. Bible Nugget comes from Job, believe it or not. And it's Job chapter 19, which is probably the pinnacle of the whole book, I think, because of Job's confession that we're about to hear. And it's starts in chapter 19 and verse 25. For I know that my Redeemer lives, and he shall stand at last on the earth. And after my skin is destroyed, this I know, that in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another. How my heart yearns within me. This is pretty amazing because Job is the oldest book in the Bible. Job is supposed to be a contemporary of Abraham, or maybe slightly before. And yet, even way back then, he's saying, I know that my Redeemer lives. He's looking forward by faith to Jesus, that Jesus would stand upon the earth. He's also saying, I am going to be resurrected at some future time in my body because of my Redeemer. I think that's just incredible. And also that he knows the concept of the kinsman redeemer, because that's what that word means. I think in Hebrew it's Gaol, which means the kinsman redeemer. And a kinsman redeemer had to be three things to qualify. Number one, he had to be related to the person he was going to redeem, which is why Christ had to be incarnate in the flesh. Number two, he had to be able to pay the price. And of course, Christ was the only one who was able to pay the necessary price because he was sinless. And three, he had to be willing to do so. And of course, Christ was also willing to pay the price for us. But I think it's amazing that even way back at this time, that Job was able to look forward by faith somehow and know that God had a redeemer for him, and it was his own, it was going to redeem him, and that he was going to see him with his own eyes sometime in the future on the earth. I think that's just incredible. That's mind-blowing. And the fact that he could come to an understanding of this, I think that's pretty amazing. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks very much. Bye.